This is that story. I am wiser than a king. It is one of the most African interesting stories that the 21st century children don't know. Let's hear that story. I am wiser than a king. Long, long ago, exists a village in Africa called Blessed Land. There lived a husband and his pregnant wife. Unfortunately, that year it came a drought which threatened the survival of the people of Blessed Land, including the young man, his pregnant wife, and their unborn child. Due to the unfavorable condition on the land of the Blessed, they planned to go to a town called Afiadenyigba, very far from Blessed Land where food exists in abundance. One morning, they set off from the village, heading towards Afiadenyigba. On their way, they decided to take a rest under a huge mango tree. After 45 minutes of resting, the husband said to the wife, "Let's keep going. This place is not safe." As the woman was about to stand, she saw one mango on the tree and demanded the husband get it for her, else she would not continue the journey. The man attempted, but due to the huge size and tallness of the tree, he could not climb nor able to pluck the mango for his pregnant wife. Suddenly, the pregnant woman fell in labor and gave birth to a baby boy who was holding a fly whisk in his hand before birth. The baby immediately climbed the huge mango tree and plucked the mango for the mother. The parents were amazed and confused at the same time. The little boy said, "Don't be afraid. My name is I am wiser than a king." They continued their journey until it's getting dark. Fortunately, as they were worried about a safe place to lay till morning, they saw a single hut in the forest. They went close and seen an old man roasting corn. They entered, and the man welcomed them with happiness. He gave them food and asked them to sleep in the hut. The parents of I am wiser than a king asked, "So where will you sleep? We can see this hut is small to contain all of us." The old man answered, "Don't worry, I have alternative place in my farm where I sleep." In the middle of the night, while they were sleeping, the old man was coming close to the hut. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, saw him through the window and quickly changed the mother into a mat, the father into a brick, and himself into a stick. The old man came into the room but found no one in the hut. He searched outside the hut but found them not. After he left, the small boy, I am wiser than a king, reverted the parent back to human, but they don't know anything happened or they were transformed into something in the night. In the morning, the old man came back to the house. He met the small boy, I am wiser than a king, privately and asked him, "Where did you go tonight? I came to check up on you guys but could not find any of you." The small boy, I am wiser than a king, replied, "You think I am stupid? I know your intention of coming to devour us in the night. Therefore, I changed my mother into a mat, my father into a brick, and myself into a stick." The old man left him without saying a word. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, did not inform his parents anything. The following midnight, the old man was coming again, and the small boy transformed the father into a cup, the mother into a water, and himself into a stone. The old man entered the room and found no one in. He was very upset. He grabbed the mat, took the brick and the stick in the room outside, break and bend them, then left the house. In the morning, he came and found the stranger still alive in the house. He was very surprised, but showed no sign in the presence of the strangers. He invited the small boy privately and questioned him where they went to in the night. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, laughed and said unto him, because I told you the other night I changed my mother into a mat, my father into a brick, and myself into a stick. That is why you came and destroyed those things tonight. I saw you when you were coming, and immediately transformed my father into a cup, my mother into water, and myself into a stone. The old man left without saying anything. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, went to the parents and said to them, this place is not safe for us. Let's continue our journey to Afiadenigba. The parents agreed to his advice because they knew he is a special child and fears to disobey him. They thanked the old man for accommodating them and left the house. While they are on their way going to Afiadenigba, they saw the most beautiful golden calf on the way. The man was very excited and was about to take it, and the small boy, and wiser than a king, shouted, don't take it, don't take it. Let's test the calf first. Let's ask this calf a question, and if it answers, then we can take it, else if it did not answer, we will not take it. I am wiser than a king, asked the calf. Calf, should we take you? And the calf answered, yes, you can take me. The father now want to take the calf. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, said no. He asked the father, since you are born, have you ever heard a calf speaks? This is a trap. They bypassed the calf without taking it. After walking to a distance, the small boy, I am wiser than a king, now remembered he has forgotten his fly whisk in the old man's heart. He asked the parent to wait for him while he go get it. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, went back to the old man's house to get his fly whisk. Immediately he entered a small hut. The old man came and catch him. The old man said, today is your end. I am wiser than a king said, I came intentionally so that you can devour me and spare my parents alive. But let me just defecate, then you can eat me. The old man agreed on the condition of standing by him to prevent escaping. After I am wiser than a king lowered his downward and in the act of defecating, he asked the old man to stop looking at him. The old man responded, looking elsewhere might enable you escape. The small boy, I am wiser than a king, said, then let's keep talking while you are looking elsewhere, because this will ensure I am not escaping since you are hearing my voice. The old man agreed and they engaged in conversation. A few seconds during the conversation, the small boy, I am wiser than a king, poured a substance from his fly whisk on the small waste he defecated. The defecated waste began responding to the old man's conversation. While the defecated waste began talking to the old man, I am wiser than a king escaped through the back. The old man kept talking until he was angry because it's taking too much time for defecating. He turned to look at the small boy, but only find the defecated waste talking with him. Now, this is not the end of this story. Actually, this boy is going to prove that he is actually wiser than a king. Please like this video, subscribe. We are processing the part 2 of this story. Then you are going to watch the continuity. When they arrive at Afiadenigba, you are going to love the story. That is where you understand why the little boy called himself, I am wiser than a king. What happened is just an introduction. Thank you for watching. While you wait for part 2, please like and also subscribe if you have not done so. Click the notification bell so that you will get alerted once the part 2 is posted. Thank you.